Y equals 2.
I was talking in the decimal.
So for this warm-up, what you had to do is find your slope and then plug it back in to find B. But we're going to skip that for now because we're starting something a little bit different.
That's what got it right in there.
I've never seen that.
Put it on my desk. Because people have spilled it before, so keep it on my desk. All right. So what we've done so far in this chapter is we've worked with slope intercept, y equals mx plus b. We're going to learn a new one today. We're going to learn what's called point slope. So our point slope equation is y minus y1 equals m, and then parentheses x minus x1. So if I were to make an equation of this line right here, if I'm going to look at this line right here, you guys see, if I was going to use y equals mx plus b, if I was going to use that, I could find my m, right, by finding 2 points and then doing rise over run. But do you guys see where the b is on this line? Do you see where it crosses the y-axis? No. Point slope is really nice when you don't have b, when you don't have where it crosses your y-axis. Because for point slope, all you need is your slope, which is m, and then you need a point on the line, which is x1 and y1. x1 is an x coordinate, y1 is a y coordinate. That's why it's called point slope. You have a point on the line, and then you have your slope. So in a lot of cases, I almost like this better because it's easier to find your equation. You don't need to find your y-intercept. You just need your slope and a point. Let me just check. I don't remember if I'm moving on this slide or... Wow. There you go. Let's finish up. Sorry. I wasn't sure what my next slide was. If I was doing my equation on this slide or the next one.
So weird.
Jeez. You okay there, Kinsey?
What is this?
That's a subset code, man.
Alright, so we're going to find the equation of this line right here. And actually, let me just make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to see.
Whoa.
There we go. Oh, I should have done that the whole time. Oh well. Alright, we're going to find the equation of this line. We're not going to use y equals mx plus b because I don't know what b is. It's hidden somewhere down there. But I know I can use my point slope. So point slope is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. So just like before, x and y, the regular x and the regular y just stay like that. x1 and y1 are going to change and my m is going to change. So to start with, let's find our slope. To find my slope, I need 2 points. I know for sure where they are, and I know for sure where this one is, and for sure where this one is. So if I'm going to find my slope, I'm going to go up 1, right 1, 2. Remember, these darker lines are part of your actual graph. The little ones are like quarter, like 0.25 marks, I think. So really, I'm going up 1 and over 2. So my slope, my m, is 1 over 2. That's exactly the same as what we've been doing so far. Nothing about that is different. Now, where it is different is I need to find a point on this line. So it doesn't matter which point I use. So there's actually a bunch of equations we could make for point slope. All you need is a single point on the line. It does not matter which one. I am just going to choose this one right here just for funsies. So I need to get this x comma y of this point. And the x comma y, my x is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going up 1. The xy coordinate of this point is 4, 1. So my point on the line is 4, 1. Just like in y equals mx plus b, we replaced m and we replaced b. We're doing the same thing, except this time, or just like last time, my slope goes in for my m. That's the same. And then this point that I got from my line, this 4, 1, the 4 is my x, it goes into x1. 1 is my y, it goes into y1. So what I'm going to do is replace my x1 and y1 with numbers and my m with my fraction here. So the equation of this line is y minus 1 equals my m is 1/2. And then I have x minus x1 is 4. And that is my final equation. So it's really not a whole lot different from y equals mx plus b. You just need a single point on the line. So let everybody get this down real quick, and then we'll practice one or two more than you guys do some. Okay, Louise?
Yeah.
Oh, look, I didn't have it up there.
Oh my god.
Alright, we're going to find the equation of this red line. On this red line, if I'm going to find the equation, do we know exactly where it crosses the y-axis?
Yes, no.
No.
No. It's maybe
Oh, no.
0.25-ish, I don't know for sure though. So, I'm going to use my point slope. My y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. So, just like we talked about before, I need my m, and I need an x1 and a y1. So let's start with m. I'm going to find my slope, which means I need to find points. I got this one right here, that's a point. And then this one right here. I'm going to use these 2 points. So if I'm going to find my slope, I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then right 1, 2, 3, 4. My m, 5 over 4. And then from there, I also need an x and y point on the line to go in for x1 and y1. And it doesn't matter which one we choose. So Jace, which point do you want to use? The left one or the right one? Doesn't matter.
The left one.
What?
The left one.
Left one. Alright. So we're going to use this left one right here. And that is at -1, -2, comma, -1, -2. So we're going to use -2, -2. -2, -2. So -2 is going in for x1, -2 is going in for y1. And I just need to make my actual equation now. So y, and I'm going to do, remember, our formula is y minus. If I'm minusing -2, because that's my y1, what am I really doing?
Adding.
Really adding it. So instead of going y minus -1, I'm going to go y minus -2. I'm going to go y plus 2 instead, because minus and negative is really a plus. Then we're going to go equals, my slope is 5 over 4, and then I go parentheses x, and just like before, x minus -2 is really x plus 2. So I'm going to put pluses instead of minuses.
I see now.
And that's it. We don't need to do anything after that. The only time you might have to do something is if you accidentally did minus a negative, change that to a plus. Otherwise, you don't need to do anything else. We're going to do one more, then you guys are going to do one. We're going to look at this blue line here. So just like before, I need to find my slope. So I need to find points I know for sure, which is, I think, it's like this one and this one. I could actually draw a dot on there. So if I'm going to find the slope on this, I'm going down 1, 2, 3. If I'm going down 3, Kinsey, what does that make my slope?
-3.
Yep, -3. And then I'm going over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I have my m, I need my point, my x comma y. So Adelia, which point do you want to use, left or right?
Right.
Okay, so for this right, my x, I gotta go right 1 to get to my x, and then I'm going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, -5, and then that's all I need to actually make my equation now. I'm gonna go y minus -5 is really y plus 5, right? So I'm gonna go y plus 5 equals -3 over 5, and then in parentheses, x minus 1. That's a little nicer.
Wait, to find that, the 1 and -5,
Mm-hmm.
do you just pick one dot?
Yep.
And you see
And you see the x comma 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So ideally you pick this right one right here, so we counted, we had to go one right and then down to -5. That's where we got that from. So be careful. For your point on the line, it is an x comma y. Remember, we've done a lot of slopes which start with y. This point, remember, it's x comma y. It's not a slope, it's a point. But be careful, don't do your y's first. Because y is only first on slope. Alright, you guys are doing one now. I want you to find the equation of this red line. So on your own, find your m, find your point, and then make your equation.
Keep yawning.
It's just the one line. Come
You
back.
know how like the final like this, right? So could it be like
Do you know where that is exactly? Is that exactly not going to work?
oh no.
No, that one's not going to work. You gotta find ones that are exact.
Exact, so like
Oh.
this one is the exact way.
It's squishy.
It's not this ain't like and then yeah. This one?
Yeah, that looks like it. Exact to me.
And then
And then find your slope. Find your slope.
Is it negative 3 over 2?
No, you don't do it.
Find your slope.
Get in my belly. I'm bigger than you, I'm higher on the food. I'm bigger than you, I'm higher on the food chain. You're lucky me, man.
I was
He's
real confused there.
Wait, so I think
He's a freaking slob.
What'd you get? Wait, what is it again? What'd you get?
Okay.
I didn't do it yet. You trying to fight?
I don't know. You go pretty fast.
He's on.
Calm down.
He's on.
I am the future. Which one do I want to choose? -1, 2. No.
Did you
Do you see it?
What?
The missing piece?
Good job.
So it's
Can
negative
we
2.
mind, I like keeping stuff.
So yeah, I got it. I was sitting there one day, I was just looking through it. I was just looking at it. I was just saying, that's why I kept looking at it.
Yeah, I got y plus 5 again.
I just
like tired.
I just feel like that and I was just looking at it.
Just kidding, I'm
Really?
Just kidding.
That's what I got.
One right here.
Yeah. Well, this is supposed to be negative.
No, in there.
Down 3.
Yeah, see what
Alright, let's go over it.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
I can't
Mr.
snap.
Goalkeeper. Hey, Mr. Goalkeeper, come check. Hey, what dots did you use?
Primitive.
Primitive.
He told me to
Blue.
I used it is.
Yeah, this is blue.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Where are the ones? Where are the -1?
Have a game, Benno. That's the x comma y. 1 comma -5.
Damn it.
You know my formula is.
Oh my God. Oh, wait. Did you get the division yet?
I did that.
Plus
Probably
minus
not.
9 to 5 is
I don't know how you guys
I want to
do
help
these.
you.
I think I have the same kind of head drawings.
Let's go.
Alright, let's go over this one.
Hey,
Some
no, Mr.
people are doing
Goalkeeper.
pretty good.
Hey, no,
Some
hey.
people are still not quite sure, so we're gonna go over it.
No,
We're gonna do it, Jace. We're going over it, Beto. Alright. So, most people did a pretty good job finding slope. I actually would have taken one of two slopes because you could kind of go either way. So, for your slope, you could have either done -2/1 if you used like this thought and this thought. I would take that. But I would say the more accurate is this one and this one. Which is negative, let's see, 1, 2, -9/5. So I think that is a better slope, but I can see why you would get -2/1 because those do look like, that one does look like it's right on, but
it's not.
I would say it's almost barely off. So I'm going to use this slope. If you use -2/1, I won't count you wrong. Okay. So this is my m I'm going to use. What I need to do is I need an x, comma y. That is going to go in for x1 and y1. Remember the equation is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Okay. So the problem most people are getting is picking your point. So point slope means that somewhere on this line, we've got a bunch of points, but we're just going to pick an individual one. It does not matter which one we do. I'm just going to do this one right here. This point is on the line, right? That point right there? Okay. I need to find the x, comma, y coordinate. Now some people are getting this confused with slope. We're not looking at slope. We're looking at the x, comma, y. So if, maybe to make it a little easier, I have, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, right? And then we got -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on, right? If I'm going to find the x, comma, y of this point right here, if I start here in the middle, how many to the right do I have to go?
3.
3. I have to go 3 right, which means my x is 3. How far down do I have to go?
3.
I gotta go down 3, and when I go down, it's -3. That is my x, comma, y. I'm not doing a slope. This isn't going to be fraction. I'm not going to put y first. This is an xy coordinate. That's where we get this point. Now, what you could have done, actually, we're going to finish this, then we're going to do the second version you could have gotten. So, I'm going to replace m with -9/5, x1 with 3, y1 with -3. So I'm going to go y minus, y1 is -3, minus -3 is really a +3. So I'm going to go +3 instead of minus negative. And then it's going to equal -9/5, parentheses, x minus, and I'm just going to put in the 3 for this, minus 3. Okay, this is one answer. When it comes to point slope, it's kind of weird because there's a bunch of right answers. So I'm going to give you another answer you could have got that's right. So, what if I used this point right here instead of that other one? If I'm going to find that xy coordinate, I'm going to go or here, because I could find another answer. I'm going to find this xy coordinate. This is, let's see, -1, -2. And then I got to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could use the point -2, 6. That is on my line. I just need to pick one. You only need one of these answers. I'm just showing you both to show you what they both look like. So I could plug in -2 for my x1, 6 for my y1, and I would still be correct. I'm going to go y minus 6 this time. It's going to equal, my slope stays the same. Slope hasn't changed. All that's changed is my x1, y1. We go -9/5, and then parentheses, x, and instead of minus -2, I'm going to go +2. 2x plus 2. I could have also gotten this for an answer. That's fine. No biggie. Because that's just kind of how point slope works. There are a lot of answers. Y equals mx plus b, there's one answer. Point slope, there's a bunch. What I want to do is I want to do one more, actually, hang on. I want you guys to do the exit ticket, but then we're going to go over it as a class. So we're not going to put this in Socrative. We're going to go over it as a class. So on your own, find the equation in point slope, and then we're going to talk about it, and then we'll do the homework.
May I use the restroom after the exit ticket?
And after the exit ticket, and after Kinsey.
Oh, and after me.
Shut up, you should get scared. Come, Kenji.
I made it up. Right? So I said grab.
Shut up, Jay.
Yeah, shut up, Jace.
1, 2, 3. I didn't say anything.
Shut up, Jace.
Yeah. Shut up, dude. Be nice number.
We're gonna do that next lesson.
Shut up, mother. That told me that.
It's real like nice, okay? I'll never be nice. What?
You're
Ever.
way too smart. Let her skip a grade.
Skip it. I told him to graph it.
So you should be graphing your exit ticket, or excuse me, getting the equation of your exit ticket now.
You okay, do ya?
No, because you're at the finish right.
That's what's sad.
So
You're better than me.
you were marked absent, but I changed it. So if it doesn't say it's changed.
I don't like school.
Yeah,
Do the exit ticket first.
I know the last time you guys are
exactly.
That should be a positive.
Yeah.
So your number's right.
But like my boxes are like
Always go from left to right.
I know I'm lazy.
Hey, Mr. Golki, can you go check mine?
yeah, so slow equals.
Luis beat you in science.
That's science.
I just think, thank you.
Now may I use restroom?
So I can have like one more.
Oh no, Alright, this is looking pretty good, so we're gonna have somebody do it on the board, and then we'll start on our homework. Let's see, Jace, maybe you'll get lucky and it'll be you.
Yeah, something's about.
Luis!
What the hell?
Hey, Jace, what'd you say?
What the hell?
Why'd you say that?
Alright, Luis,
Stop it.
put your equation on the board for us.
Thank you with this pen.
That's a strike.
We gotta start it.
Got 2 more to go.
Oh, I put that back.
Alright, Luis is gonna do this on the board real quick.
Jace.
After he's done, we'll be finished. Then you guys can start your homework and stuff.
Let's see it, Luis. Let's see it.
Alright, what you got?
All the way.
Yeah, I did this right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's how you
No, Luis is not listening.
Push your muscles. Come on.
Dude, I'm pushing.
Come on, baby.
plus 4.
I am pushing.
There you go.
There's a big girl.
There you go.
Oh.
Just had to scare it first.
I did that one back.
Don't erase it. Alright, you're cut off.
Oh, can I do it, Mr. Gogi?
Mr. Golki, let me do
This
it.
is painful.
Mr. Gogi.
I'll be here all night.
Mr.
I
Golki,
can
let
do
me
it.
do it.
Mr. Basketball
I
game.
messed up. Messed up. Mr.
No, it's fine, I got you.
can do it. It's not an
Alright,
accident.
there we go. And then what's your other point? Like right here?
Yeah.
Alright,
No,
what's the slope,
Luis.
Luis? What's your slope?
2 easy, Ashley.
Shut up.
Yep.
What'd you get? X plus 1.
Alright, so our slope is 5/4. Ashlyn, what point did you use?
What point did I use?
Yeah.
Man, she don't know what she's doing. She's gonna help back.
I used my bottom one.
Okay, what are those coordinates?
5/4.
That's your slope.
What do you mean?
What point did you pick for this?
Hold her back.
Okay, 3 what? Okay, so when I make my equation, what's this gonna look like, Lillian? Well,
I said use the bottom one.
I thought
No, why
it'd be a negative
There we
3.
go. Alright, what's my equation gonna look like, Lillian? What's my equation gonna look
I
like?
can
with
tell
these
you the
things?
equation.
Yeah, did I do it the other way? Because you guys put right and I got it.
Y minus 2 equals 4/3 x minus 3.
4/3, Lily.
Oh, sorry, I used a different
Alright,
equation. My
well,
bad.
I might take that. But you got your other parts, alright. Alright. Did anybody use the right point?
I did.
I
What'd you get,
did.
Jace?
I
Wait.
negative
Or excuse me, the left point. I meant the left one. The other one that we didn't use.
I didn't use that one.
Well, did you
Wait,
get
he
this?
said the, who used
No, I
the right
did.
point? That was left point.
I
That
mean,
was
it was, it's there the whole
That was
time.
left.
Alright, did anybody use the left point, not the right point? What'd you get, Delia?
I don't know if it's right though. I helped her.
Okay.
I can't explain it. 'cause-
What'd you get for your final answer?
I got y plus 4 equals 5 under 5 over 4, x plus 1. and
Freaking
that was
Adelia,
You are very close.
What?
Except 1, 2, 3.
Mine, Ruben.
So,
Y plus 3 equals 5 over 4.
That was my fault. I wrote it on your paper.
Let me see. Plus.
Plus
Hey,
1.
Ruben.
Yep, there you go.
So,
Good. You just counted wrong.
I
so
counted
it's
wrong.
alright.
Yeah,
So
because
it's
you
big.
counted wrong.
I counted
Alright,
wrong.
nice job.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's alright.
so, we are not going to do an exit ticket on Socrative or anything. I will put your homework on Google Classroom. Get started on that. You guys got like 20 minutes. And then we'll have time to work on that the rest of class.
Now use the restroom down the school key.
After Kinsey.
Kenzie, hurry up.